guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the 3 doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase and out the front door and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session at the end of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets provided in the front of the room with your name and address. Please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate. If you must take a call, please leave the council chambers to do so. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Ormond.
Present.
Javik. Present. Caldwell.
Excused.
Mohammed. Present. Lott.
Present.
Delgado.
Here.
Strano.
Here. Here.
Armstead.
Here.
Rodriguez.
Here.
Hudak. Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Here. Okay, can we have approval of the public session minutes of May 19th, 2026, please?
I move for the approval of the minutes from May 19th and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond.
Abstain.
Javik.
Yes.
Mohammed. Yes. Lott.
Yes.
Delgado.
Yes.
Strano.
Abstain.
Armstead.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Hudak. Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Okay, we have 2 presentations this evening. The first one is the Olga Plummer Award. Okay, Mayor, can you please join me down on the floor?
So good evening, everyone. I'm Mayor Armstead. This is Council President Michelle Yamakaitis. This evening, we're going to present an award. We're calling the Olga Plummer Legacy Award. But before I present the award, I'd just like to talk about, I've been in this business for a very long time, over 30 years. And in my travels, been part of many organizations. And we all know that all it takes is maybe 1 or 2 good people in an organization to drive things and keep it moving forward. We had such a person in our midst who worked alongside of us and volunteered for almost everything, and her name was Olga Plummer. She was a doer. She wasn't a talker, she was a doer. And if you needed something done, you didn't have to, did we have any volunteers? Before any hand could go up, she would run up to the front and take charge and be a part of it. And as a community, we miss her. The city misses her because we don't have a lot of doers. She was a doer. So this year, we have decided in her honor to have the Olga Plummer Legacy Award. We're going to present to Evelyn Rivera in recognition of her unwavering commitment and deep love for the Linden community. And again, people who do have a deep love for their community. And one such person was Olga Plummer, and her family's here. We're glad you're all able to make it. We also have a proclamation that I'm going to let Michelle Yamakaitis read, and then we're going to present Evelyn Rodriguez with the, Evelyn Rivera with the Olga Plummer Legacy Award. Another doer.
We'd like to also ask Olga's husband to please come forward. Okay, I'll read. You're surprised, Deb, right? Okay. Whereas Evelyn Rivera has faithfully served the Linden community for over 25 years, including 24 exceptional years in special education, pouring her care and compassion into supporting, empowering, and uplifting her students. And whereas, through the morning and aftercare programs at School Number 2, Evelyn has enriched the lives of young learners by sharing her unique gifts, beautifully teaching them sign language, Spanish, and creative arts. And whereas, Evelyn generously brings her incredible eye for design and boundless energy to decorating major events for both her school and the city of Linden, including Black History Month, the Women's History Tea Month, the Easter egg hunt, the holiday tree lighting, and the Latin Festival, meticulously bringing each celebration to life. And whereas her profound spirit of service extends deep into our community, evidenced by her 12 years of teaching early childhood catechesis through CCD, her past volunteer work with the Roselle Rescue Squad, her life membership with the Friends of Linden Public Library, and her current leadership on the Linden Library Board of Trustees. And whereas, above all her achievements, Evelyn is a deeply devoted mother whose greatest joy and daily inspiration come from her beloved children, Nadia Eve Costello, Isabel Rivera, and Joshua Joseph Rivera. And whereas, Evelyn Rivera's boundless compassion, vibrant creativity, and lifetime of selfless service make her a true role model, a treasured heartbeat of Linden, and thoroughly deserving honoree of the Women's History Month. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Derek Armstead, Mayor of the City of Linden, do hereby extend my heartfelt congratulations and gratitude to Evelyn Rivera on this momentous occasion of June 16, 2026. Evelyn stands as a shining example of strength, generosity, and compassion, and is deeply appreciated by the entire Linden community. Congratulations, Evelyn. Do you want to come up also? Okay. Yeah. Oh. She's so surprised. You can see her face. Safety word?
Good evening. Thank you all for coming. Evelyn, you've known Olga for a long time. You guys work together, and it's a great honor that you be the first recipient of the award. Um, you know how Olga was. Always doing, and even when she left school too, she was always back helping. And there's no other person I would think of that we all thought of. Oh, sorry. Is that better? Better? Okay. Again, I'm sorry. There's no other person we thought of to receive the first award besides yourself. And on behalf of everybody that knows you and that chose you, I thank you very much. You're welcome.
Evelyn, this award was mentioned. Your name came out of the mouths of many people in Linden here as the person who deserves this honor. So we appreciate everything you have done, and you continue to do. So
Sebastian's very shy today. Good evening, everyone. My name is Danny Orlean, and I'm the Director of Multilingual Learners. For those of you who don't know, multilingual learner is just another name that stands for ESL and bilingual education. The State Department of Education has changed the name, and I have to applaud the Linden Public School to be the first one to be in compliance with the State Department of Education. Well, on that note, we're here for Sebastian. I would like to thank the City of Linden for recognizing a young man who truly embodies the American dream. At the age of 14, Sebastian Zorilla Leon immigrated to the United States from Peru with his father in 2023, and his proud dad is right here in the audience. And immediately began his education at Linden High School. In a remarkably short time, he has embraced every opportunity available to him. He has excelled academically, emerged as a leader in the soccer field, earned industry certifications, and developed a passion for computer science and technology. Sebastian's story reminds us that the American dream is alive and well in the United States, this beautiful country we call the United States. It is built on hard work, perseverance, resilience, and the courage to pursue new opportunities. His journey demonstrates what is possible when determination meets opportunity. Outside of school, Sebastian attends the Coder School, where he is developing his programming skills and preparing for college. He enjoys creating video games and has already designated several of his own. One day, he hopes to pursue a degree in computer science and use technology to create innovative solutions that impact the world. And as we all know, we live in a global economy. And Sebastian, I'm very proud of you. We are proud as a community, as my department, we're very excited. Sebastian's accomplishments, we're very proud of his accomplishment. And we, as a community, look forward to all that he will achieve in the years ahead. And at this time, Mayor Armstead, would you like to present?
Good evening, everyone. We prepared a proclamation, and it reads, whereas Sebastian Zorilla Leon stands as a shining example of the outstanding young residents who bring immediate pride to the City of Linden through their determination, academic excellence, and deep commitment to the community service, and whereas Sebastian Zorilla Leon was born June 6, 2009, in Ventanilla, Callao, Peru, where he began his early education and demonstrated early athletic brilliance by representing his school on a national level at the Fustal National Finals in 2022. And whereas in 2023, at the age of 14, Sebastian Zorilla Leon embarked on a life-changing journey, immigrating to the United States with his father and enrolling at Linden High School as a freshman, where he immediately embraced his new community and excelled academically. And whereas through hard work and perseverance, Sebastian has learned and earned continuous quarterly academic awards for his outstanding performances and in accelerated honors classes, and is currently concluding a highly successful junior year. And where Sebastian has proven to be a vital student leader, serving as the junior varsity soccer captain for the Linden High School Tigers, where he has cultivated essential skills in teamwork, sportsmanship, and leadership. And where Sebastian has generously dedicated his time to uplifting others through community service, providing crucial translation and registration support for ESL family workshops, assisting with seal of biliteracy testing, and actively participating in both the International Club and the Spanish Club to celebrate and promote Hispanic heritage and global culture. Whereas in June 2026, Sebastian achieved an extraordinary milestone by becoming an officially certified Adobe certified professional, mastering Adobe Photoshop, Creative Cloud software, and the foundational technical skills necessary for a bright future in digital media, while simultaneously advancing his talents at the Coder School. Now therefore it be proclaimed that I, Derek Armstead, Mayor of the City of Linden, New Jersey, on this day, June 16th, 2026, do hereby extend our warmest congratulations and highest commendations to Sebastian for his exceptional achievement in passing the Adobe certification exam. We honor him for his remarkable dedication, inspiring resilience, and invaluable contributions to Linden High School, and wish him continued success in all his future academic, athletic, and professional endeavors. Signed by myself, Mayor Derek Armstead, and congratulations, young man. We're very proud of you here in the city, and keep doing what you're doing. Keep up the good work, young man. What else do we have? Oh, I have a cheerleading presentation. Okay, good enough. So my notes tell me I have a cheerleading and dance presentation. Want to mention that we have a Linden High School cheerleading coach, Shavonda Colvin. She will present our incredible student dancers who have made it to the Nationals. So without any further ado, if you'd like to come up, Shavonda. In any event, we're so proud of them. You represent Linden, you represent us well, you know what I mean? And I told them I was a cheer dad myself. My daughter was in cheer many, many years ago.
She was my cheerleader.
That's right. And so, you know, as a cheer dad, I couldn't go and say, yay, team. I looked too girly, you know what I mean? So we had a cheer that we used to tell all the girls. Every time they got on the bus before they went to the competition, and I called it my daddy cheer. It was like, we went, rah, 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 sis, boom, ba, hit him in the head with a stick. That's my father's cheer. He gave me the chest. That was a Linden High School chant back in the 40s and 50s. So,
I would just like to say I'm proud of these 4 young ladies. They made it all the way.
Yep.
Sure. They made it all the way to nationals. This is not the first year they have made it to nationals for cheer and dance. This is their 3rd year. So I would like to say, as their coach and my assistant, Suhei. London, can you raise your hand? She's my star. This is my twin. Jaylene, Uriah, and Allison. Thank you.
So here's the good news, some additional good news. You know, when you have traveling expenses, you know you can always call the mayor's office, and we like to cut a little check to help out,
Okay.
right?
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll continue with the meeting in 1 second. We're just trying to get Councilman Mohammed's connection back. Okay. Okay, we're gonna move back to our agenda. We're gonna start with the ordinances carried from the May 19th, 2026 meeting, beginning with ordinance 7029.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 31 zoning of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and is amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 31 zoning shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 31 zoning, delete Section 31-49, short-term rentals in its entirety. Add new Section 31-49, regulating the short-term rental of or letting of any residential premises or parts thereof, except certain licensed hotels or motels.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The first one is from a Yoshi Grumwall. My name is Yoshi Grumwall. I'm a resident of Linden, living at 44 Princeton Road. Mayors and members of the council, Ordinance 70-29 is one of 4 amendments to the zoning code on tonight's agenda. Ordinances 28, 29, 30, and 31. I am writing specifically about Ordinance 70-29. 70-29 prohibits homeowners from renting out portions of their property, including driveways, pools, sheds, garages, accessory structures, parked vehicles, and individual rooms. These are normal uses of private property that residents engage in across the city. Most residents have no idea that this is on the agenda tonight. The ordinance has not been examined in plain language, explained in plain language. No community meeting has been held on it. It is being voted on tonight without the people it will affect having any meaningful opportunity to read it, understand it, or respond to it. I am asking each of you to vote no to Ordinance 70-29 or to vote to table it until the public has been informed of what it does and given a chance to be heard. That was sent when this was held at last month's meeting, so that's the difference in the dates. The next one is from Carlos Levis, 1415 Hudson Street. Throughout a series of communications sent to the city clerk, Mr. Joe Bodick, I have raised concerns regarding proposed ordinances 70-28, 29, 30, and 31. These ordinances represent significant amendments to portions of the city zoning code and may affect how residents are permitted to use their properties, the standards applicable to development and parking, zoning-related fees, and the penalties that may be imposed for alleged violations. Despite the importance of these matters, many residents remain unaware of the substance and potential impact of the ordinances currently scheduled for final consideration. While the ordinances may have satisfied technical publication requirements, there has been little meaningful public explanation regarding the practical effects these amendments may have on homeowners, tenants, businesses, and property owners throughout the city. Zoning ordinances directly affect the daily lives and property rights of Linden residents. For that reason, transparency and meaningful public awareness are essential components of the legislative process. Residents should have a reasonable opportunity to understand what is being proposed before final action is taken. Additionally, concerns have been raised regarding procedural compliance under NJSA 40:55D-26, including whether all required planning board review procedures applicable to zoning amendments were completed prior to the second reading. Further concern exists regarding whether any revisions or corrections discussed publicly prior to tonight's vote remain non-substantive in nature or should require additional procedure steps under New Jersey law. Further concerns were also raised regarding Ordinance 70-28 and whether the proposed penalty provisions remain fully consistent with the limitations established under NJSA 40:49-5. I respectfully ask the governing body to consider these concerns before proceeding with the final adoption of the ordinance and to consider postponing final action until residents are provided greater clarity and assurance that all procedural safeguards required by law have been fully met. Thank you for your consideration and for allowing this statement to become part of the official record. Again, that was sent last month for the ordinance before it was tabled.
Okay. Any other
That's it,
communications?
Madam President.
Okay. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance?
Good evening. I just want to thank that my communication was written again tonight. That was a communication that was sent last month. And I was certainly concerned about the procedural that it was taking place at that time. Not only about this ordinance 70-29, but about ordinance 70-28, 29, 30, and 31. I was under the impression that the concerns that were raised were able to send ordinance 70-29 and 70-30 to the planning board as per what the procedure requests. And I was very happy that the procedural that the law requires was followed. Although we were trying to be lectured here by our city councilor in regards to what the procedures were, how is it that the job was done, and how is it that it was recommended for the city. Tonight, I'm going to continue to say the same thing. There is no right for any one of these ordinances to be just brought up to council without following the procedure. The New Jersey Municipal Land Use Law requires a mandatory notice of 10-day rule window for the citizens of Linden to know what's going to be voted on the city business meeting. These notices were sent to the planning board, and the planning board just met June 9th. We're on the 16th. There is no 10-day posting at any given time. I'm not good in math, but 9 and 10 is 19. We're in the 16th. How is it that yesterday in caucus meeting I made reference to this, and we were told that we're going to review, and tonight we're continue to push this ordinance to the citizens of Linden. Ordinance that they change the rights of what the citizens of Linden needs to know about this. Where is the transparency? But yes, we're going to hear in a few minutes. We're going to hear in a few minutes that whatever reviews the planning board do or whatever recommendations are to be adopted or not by the city council, who is the final group that will make the decision. I guess I cannot change that because I have been asking this group to make sure that they know that they represent the citizens to make those right decisions. But the only thing that I could ask is for the procedure law to be followed. And if the planning board met on the 9th, it requires a 10-day window. And if that's not the case, at least I want to leave it on the record. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard on this ordinance?
Hello,
Please
good
state your
evening.
name and address for the record.
My name is Alfredo Augusto, and I'm a Linden resident, longtime Linden resident. I'm actually a homeowner in Linden.
Address,
What was that?
your address.
226 East Price Street
Thank
in
you,
Linden,
sir.
New Jersey.
Go ahead.
So the reason I'm speaking out is because the cost of living in New Jersey is really high. The property taxes are really high. Me as a first-time homeowner is a struggle to pay the mortgage every month. And this will provide the short-term rentals and rentals overall in general will provide economic relief for a person like me who has to suffer. Even if I try to get a tenant sometimes, the rent that I would need to charge the tenant to cover the mortgage is not doable. It's not feasible. I can't get tenants to come in. And I see towns, you know, even I look over in Elizabeth, New Jersey, you know, they're right next door, working communities just like us, and they allow a lot of the things that we strictly banning. We're not even saying I'll make regulations on it and tighten regulations on it. You're asking for outright ban. And I think that hurts the community, the local owners, businesses alike that could take advantage of local, you know, all the local restaurants. These people would attend the local restaurants. You got towns like Guttenberg, North Bergen, who they when have their event in MetLife, they take advantage of tax burdens for the town. They work together with the platforms, and it is really disappointing that I've been voting here for, let's say, the last 20 years, and most of the people that I voted for are sitting up here right now. And I want to continue to vote this way. But when I look at the economic challenges that we have in today's society and what's being done, status quo is like the thing. You know, I look around, there's not too many people in here, right? So it's like you don't got to respond to everybody, right? It's not a full pack house where you could listen to the concerns. So I feel like I got to speak out so you could listen to our concerns. I'm telling you, we're drowning. I have family members who's trying to buy first-time homes. You know, these mortgages ain't 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Homes are 600, 700,000. If you buy a multi-family home, you're talking about 900, $1 million. What do you think we have to pay for the mortgage? I'm asking for your help. And I'm asking that you either postpone this ordinance, you get more people to speak out on against it, because it could be a benefit for the town, and it could be a benefit, huge economic relief benefit for the people of Linden. And I'm asking for your help. Please, please, please. Mr. Armstead, I used to live in your ward. I'm asking for your help. I have family members who still live in your ward. We need your help.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mrs. Malik,
Council President,
yes.
I just want to address the gentleman's comments, and I certainly hear your concerns, but I just want everybody to understand that this ordinance that's before the governing body is actually amending a short-term rental ordinance that's already on the books, so to speak. And actually, the one that's on the books now actually prohibits short-term rentals less than 30 days. Okay? So, currently, the ordinance that's on the city's books is more restrictive and prohibitive than what's before this body now. So, again, to just be clear, currently, short-term rentals less than 30 days are prohibited. The ordinance that's before you reduces it to 14 days. So you're allowing short-term rentals for 15 days or more, okay? Not just for 1 or 2, but I just want everybody to understand that the ordinance before you is actually loosening up the regulations, if you will. I would also be remiss if I didn't tell you as well. I was the borough attorney in Red Bank for a short period of time, and they had a lot of short-term rental issues. And what I have found in Red Bank and some other municipalities, when you have short-term rentals for days, 2, 3, 4 days, it really causes an impact on the neighborhood and to the residents. So I think, sir,
Excuse me.
I'm speaking, I have the floor. I have the floor. All right, your time was at the microphone, my time is now. But there is an impact. So I think this council with this ordinance is actually balancing the impact to the neighborhood and also the impact to a resident who would like to get some financial relief by doing a short-term rental.
Thank you, Mr. Antonelli. Ms. Malik?
Virginia Malik, Lenape Road. Just as this gentleman was alluding to, I was not that familiar with this ordinance. So the question that I have is, what is the impact on if someone buys a house, turns it into a rental, rents it to a family, but that person then wants to rent other rooms in their house? So turn it into like a boarding house. How does this impact that happening?
Do you have any other questions?
Will impact that, and will it, and when I say as a boarding house, or even turning into like an Airbnb, which has happened in my area?
Okay. Mr. Antonelli?
So, I mean, you mentioned boarding house. I mean, that's prohibited under our code regardless of this ordinance. So, you know, this ordinance would not allow a boarding house. It's prohibited, period, okay?
It's unofficial, but I use the term boarding house, but the city will not say it's a boarding house. So I just want to make that clarification.
But boarding house to me is where you have actually locks on individual doors. People have their own rooms. They may share a kitchen.
It's a moot
That
point.
would be one type of a boarding house. But but generally speaking, if someone were to buy a house and then rent it out to someone for 1 year, okay? Then it's possible that that person, the way I read this ordinance now, it applies to not just the owner, but applies to the tenant, the subtenant, the lessor, basically whoever's in possession of the property. This ordinance would still apply. So a person who is renting a house for a year, if he or she wants to do a short-term rental of 16 days in certain months out of the year, he or she could do that.
Can you just clarify, when you say a short-term rental of 16 days, so that person will rent it to another person for 16 days, so it is acting as, quote-unquote, bringing boarders into the house?
So it's not. So the whole idea behind a short-term rental, in a lot of cases, people may just want to allow someone to stay in a room for 16 days while they're still there. But I don't know, if someone decided to go to Europe for the month and wanted to do a short-term rental for their house for 28 days, they would be able to do that here.
With this provision here?
Correct. And again, the ordinance that is currently on the books won't allow a short-term rental less than 30 days. So
All right, thank you.
this ordinance is giving some relief to allow a short-term rental, day 15 to 30.
The wording has to change on this then.
John Kaiser, Linden. So we spoke a little bit about this last night. Thank you for everyone that came up and touched on their topics with this. Mr. Rivas brought up about the planning board. So is that the law or what, 10 days?
Actually, I quite didn't understand what he was saying, but that being said, the ordinance was published on first reading and passed. An issue was raised to whether or not it was referred to the planning board after we looked into it. It was not. It was then postponed to a second reading for this evening. In the interim, it was sent to the planning board. I'm not aware that there's a requirement that this ordinance cannot proceed if the planning board hears the ordinance and opens it up for a hearing on their agenda within 10 days of this reading. So it just has to happen between first and second reading.
Okay, so, you know, I guess I'm still going back to last year, a little offended. It went before the planning board. They said yes. They said go ahead and put it before the city council. So I'm assuming that there's no threat of litigation with this. That's why you're going to go through with it. You know, they tabled the zoning ordinances last year for 9 months and then killed them because they said someone was threatening to sue them. I don't know if that's just what has to happen for this to stop, because I know you guys are just going to vote yes down the line probably. The first gentleman mentioned, I didn't even know that this encompassed other things like pools and stuff. Is that what it was? I mean, I heard him mention the gentleman that Mr. Bodek read from the first. I know that's a thing. I don't know if it's happening in the city. I know there's a rent a pool for a day or something. Yeah, there's a question. Is pools?
I mean, the way I'm reading it now, I don't believe it addresses someone renting out their pool. And I see our construction code
Oh,
official
she's saying
in the
no.
back. She agrees with me as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, is there anyone else who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance number 70-29. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 7030, please?
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 31 zoning of an ordinance entitled an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and is amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 31 zoning shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 31 zoning, delete Section 31-20.19, off-street parking in its entirety. Add new Section 31-20.19, off-street parking.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance?
Carlos Rivas, Linden, New Jersey. For some, this would not matter. For many, it does. And I want the council to hear correctly. There is a New Jersey municipal land use law. And you, as the city attorney, should know it, not guess it. And every ordinance that gets to be a second reading vote, it needs to be posted for 10 days. So the public can know exactly what this city council will decide about the quality of life and what the services that they're entitled to. So I want to make it clear for you to understand that, yes, that was a question of if this ordinance needed to be posted for 10 days as the law requires it. Now, you may not want to make attention on that because you may not care about the citizens of Linden, but there are people who care for them. The same people of Linden, the ones that they need to know and they need to learn what is it that they are being decided tonight in order to affect their lives. That is what it's all about. It is all about transparency. It's all about each one of you members of the council to understand that the decisions that you make is going to affect their lives. It's all about caring about them. It's not all about being in a high horse over there and telling people this is my time because we got 3 minutes and you can have all the time of the world to just try to make your point across. I just want to make sure that it's on the record. This ordinance that is trying to be placed on you to vote tonight has not been posted for 10 days as the law requires it after it was reviewed by the planning board. So I wanted to make sure that it stays on record. And I want to make sure that everybody hears that the objection to it have been placed for somebody that do care about the citizen because I care about my family and I care about myself. I live in Linden and I'm not planning to live away from it. Thank you.
Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance?
It says delete 31-2019 off-street parking in its entirety, and then it says add new section 31-2019 off-street parking as follows, and there's nothing there. What is as follows?
On the website. Mr. Antonelli?
Are you looking at the ordinance?
He's looking at the agenda.
I'm looking at the
title.
The agenda.
Oh, okay. The agenda just has the title of the ordinance. The actual ordinance sets forth what the changes are.
Sure, it was posted online after the last meeting.
It's posted on the city's website. You're welcome. Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance number 70-30. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Orman?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 7040, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and is amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-22.1, four-way stop intersections shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows: 7-22.1, four-way stop intersections. Intersection, add Summit Terrace and Fernwood Terrace, and the stop signs to be located at Summit Terrace and Fernwood Terrace and Fernwood Terrace and Summit Terrace.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been
No,
received?
ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on ordinance 7040? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance number 70-40. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 7041, please.
Hang on 1 second, ma'am. 7041. An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows: Chapter 7, Traffic, 7-33 Handicap Parking Regulations, 7-33.1A handicap parking on street. Name of street, remove 428 Brook Street, one space, add 1027A University Terrace, one space.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and
Yes,
posted?
ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance number 70-41. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 7042, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Linden, County of Union, New Jersey, adopting the Marsh's Dock Road redevelopment plan pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law, NJSA 40A:12A-1 at sequence.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance number 70-42. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we're going to now move on to consent agenda items. All items listed with asterisks are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted with one motion. We have items number 1 through 3 this evening. Can we have a motion, please? Can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I make a motion that we accept consent agenda items 1 through 3 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik? Mohammed? Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we're going to now move on to reports from the governing body, starting with Councilwoman Ormond.
Thank you, Council President. At this time, I would like to take a moment to introduce the 2026 City of Linden municipal budget. The budget represents a total of $144,053,553.31 in expenditures for the year 2026. The Finance Department and Committee, along with Mayor Armstead, has worked with every department head in keeping expenditures to a minimum. Based on the average assessed home value of $134,172, this year's decrease is $1.24 for the year, or 10 cents per month. This includes an annual state mandated increase of $21.81 for the library portion of the tax rate. I would like to thank all the members of the governing body for their assistance and recommendations on the 2026 budget. I would like to especially thank every department head for their dedication and diligence in reducing their 2026 municipal budgets whenever possible.
Be it resolved by the council members of the City of Linden, County of Union, that the budget herein before set forth is hereby adopted and shall constitute an appropriation for the purposes stated of the sums therein set forth as appropriations, and authorized of the amount $71,831,819.62 for municipal purposes, $3,758,756.86 for the minimum library tax.
Okay, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move for approval to adopt the 2026 budget and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Excuse me. Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, Councilwoman Ormond, the SID budget now, please?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I move to adopt the 2026-27 Special Improvement District, or SID, budget and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
No.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to also go over my budget review and finance report. Approval is requested for the following finance actions: the payment of bills totaling $4,063,305.85. The bills have been signed by the mayor, council president, finance chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the clerk's office. We are in receipt of the investments made by the city treasurer's office for the month of May at the rate of 3.49%. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.
My next report will be for the transportation report, traffic and transportation. I hereby submit the monthly financial report from the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of May 2026. This report includes the collection of on- and off-street parking meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits. The Trenton side collections, $680. New York side collections, $491. Railroad credit card transactions, $28,585. Railroad permits, $558. Railroad mobile payments for parking, $20,414.95. Parking meter collections, $8,122. Online railroad permits, 0. Merchant permits, 0, for a grand total of $58,850.95, submitted by Frank E. Urban, our parking meters collection and repairer. So, just for the sake of time, I'm not going to be long with the report. I'm going to keep it to a very few minutes. I'd like to just, first of all, say that flyers are going out throughout the First Ward for our annual community yard sale, which will be held on June 27th and 28th. There's no fee for the yard sale, no permit necessary. All you have to do is just give me a call, email, or text me so we can register your house. We will find social media sites to advertise on so people can come and buy your treasures. So once again, that's going to be June 27th and 28th, no fee for your yard sale. I'm also just going to address, as the weather is getting warmer, some of the quality of life issues that seem to plague our ward. Lately, as I drive through the community, I find bulk trash just being drug out anywhere and anytime. I don't really know if it's just a result of the transient people that are just moving in and out. You know, you come in, you rent a house for 6 months, you don't want the stuff, you just drag it to the curb. It really destroys the beautification of the neighborhood. When I moved in the neighborhood, it was pristine, and now every week I see trash being drug out to the corners. It costs our Department of Public Works money because we only get 4 per community a year, and we have to always send out a truck, whether it's on a scheduled day or not, to take care of the garbage, and it looks horrible out there. So we're asking, please, if you need to leave quickly, your lease is up or whatever, just give me a call. I can at least try and schedule someone to come and pick it up so the neighbors don't have to look at the horrible trash that's just laying on the corners. I'm also going to be focusing on overgrown grass. I must have called in at least 5 or 6 just in the last. I must have just called in 5 or 6.
Please mute your phone.
Unplug it.
Can we?
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Lott. Overgrown grass, I must have called in 5 or 6 just in the last week. And I'm not just talking about an inch, I'm talking about 8, 10 inches. It is a hazard for bugs and also wildlife that chooses to live there. But please, keep your grass cut. That's another way that I can typically identify who owns their home and who doesn't because of the way the grass is being taken care of. So please, be considerate. The first ward has always been a beautiful ward. I'm also encouraging everybody to enjoy their yards and their property this summer. It's my favorite time of the year. I pool, I barbecue, I love having my friends over, but I'm also, and my family, but I'm also very respectful of the 10 o'clock ordinance that states, please, no noise after 10 o'clock. Because we have seniors and we have other people that do like to sleep and get their rest. So once again, please just remember that we do have a noise ordinance. But my main focus is to talk about school is going to be out in the next couple of days. While it's my favorite time of the year, it's the time of the year that I fear the most because we have children on bikes, scooters, and just playing all over the place. So I'm asking, slow down on our corners, be careful. If you see children outside, just assume that there's gonna be a ball that follows. Be careful. Our children are our most precious commodity. For this summer, I also would like to let everyone know that the Linden Board of Education will be having summer school. We have an extended year program, and there will be almost 200 children being picked up door to door with yellow school buses. 3 different companies picking up almost 200 children. And once again, these kids get picked up at their door and taken to their school for their program. We just want you to be careful. I personally do the transportation for the district, and I will be running 12 busloads of children. Please be mindful that the buses are out there. That does not include over 100 private vans that are picking up children, taking them to their out-of-district schools. So while you think the summer is just a busy time and there's no school, no, we have children that go to school with special needs that go for like 11 months out of the year. So just please be careful as we're in our neighborhood and just watch out for everybody. I'd also like to take this time to wish all of the fathers, stepfathers, uncles, grandparents, and those who step in the gap when a father is not there. Those that have easy children to take care of, and those that have challenging children to take care of. Those that have neurotypical, those who have special needs. A wonderful and special Father's Day to all of you, because the world is not complete without those men that we call daddy. Once again, happy Father's Day. That ends my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ormond. Councilman Javik?
Yes, Council President. As chairman of the Fire Committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of May 2026, a total of $7,204.87. Regarding our Linden Fire Department Emergency Medical Service collections, the amount of $61,290.25 for May 2026 have been added to the total deposits for 2026, totaling $468,765.65. Regarding our construction code, This department has issued 129 permits and processed 30 certificates and has issued 7 summonses for the month of May 2026. Monthly revenue is as follows. Building CCO permits and additional permit fees, $99,227. Zoning, $4,250. Court settlements for the month, $12,000. The reflective total being $115,477. Referencing our Board of Health, during our 3 rabies vaccination clinics held this past May, the Board of Health vaccinated 237 dogs and 63 cats. Thanks again to the fire department for allowing the use of their buildings for the clinics, DPW for help with tables and chairs, and the clerk's office for providing staff for licensing services. In reference to mass public gatherings, such as sporting events, watch parties, and celebrations, these can significantly amplify the transmission of infectious diseases from crowding, hygiene issues, and sanitation issues. These gatherings can also include non-communicable hazards such as extreme temperatures, overexertion, environmental hazards, stampedes, and challenging security situations. So please take appropriate care. In addition, there is an ongoing outbreak of Ebola virus in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda. No outbreak-associated Ebola cases have been identified in the United States at this time. The current risk to the general public in the United States remains low. Good evening, everyone. I've been getting a lot of calls about sidewalks. The current ongoing replacements you see being done in the Second Ward are from last year's list. As a reminder, we replace our sidewalks when they have been damaged by our city trees only. Other than that, it is the responsibility of the homeowner to maintain and repair their sidewalks for public use in our city. Please reach out to me if you need to be put on our list for next year for the sidewalks. Also, it has come to my attention, the Department of Public Works that some homeowners are keeping their garbage and recycle cans in the street in front of their house. This will not be tolerated, and inspections and fines will be issued. All containers should be stored out of sight in back of a fence or enclosure. I can be reached at 908-494-4608 or email me at bjavick@linden-newjersey.gov. On Facebook, Second Ward Councilman Barry E. Javick. And as always, additional information about our town can be found on our City of Linden website. County President, end of report.
Thank you, Councilman Javick. Councilman Mohammed?
Good evening, Council President and Council and the citizens of Linden. I'm honored to speak today, and I first of all want to thank the Linden Fire Department and the Linden Police Department. The last time I was at the council, I actually took ill at the council meeting and had to be transported to Rahway General Hospital. I arrived there safely, and I'm happy to say I'm doing much, much better. And expect to be at the council meeting in July, which is my birth month. I won't tell you my age, but it's a bit over 15. Father's Day is coming up. I want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day. And as far as the Fourth Ward, those young people who have applied for positions, we are filling them. And if there are other vacancies, we're still open to listen to them. Secondly, school will be getting out soon. And we ask your parents to be mindful that your child is your child, but it's still the community's child. We expect you to be responsible for your children. Let's enjoy the summer, and remember, be very careful driving because there are senior citizens and young people out on the streets, and we need to emphasize safe driving, safe practice, and happy summer to all of you, and a special blessed summer to the graduates. Lastly, I would like to say something. I don't know whether it's political, but it's community. I'm happy to say I didn't run for election this time, and I congratulate the winner of the Fourth Ward, Miss Brianna Armstead, whom I have witnessed over the years, be a very outstanding citizen. I know she's going to make an excellent council person. My seat will be rightfully replaced with, maybe not with, that's right, but I will be there in spirit. And congratulations to the council president and the mayor of this great city who have done an excellent job running the city. And I still say Linden is the best city in America. And when I first was on the council, I said, leave it to Linden. And I still say, leave it to Linden. God bless Linden, God bless America, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Mohammed. Stay well, please. Okay, Councilwoman Lott.
All right. Good evening, Council President and fellow council members and members of the Linden community. I am Dr. Lott. I'm the councilwoman of the 5th Ward, and I am excited to give my report today. So, the work in the 5th Ward continues, and I remain committed to the values that inspired me to run for office. As the saying goes, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. For me, that means continuing to focus on empowering families and children, supporting our seniors, and ensuring accessibility and transparency. So, on May 28th, I had the opportunity to participate in the Law and Public Safety Day at Donald Payne School of Technology in Newark. It was an honor to join elected officials, attorneys, law enforcement professionals, and other public servants in speaking with students about leadership, public service, and civic engagement. What impressed me most was the students' curiosity and their desire to learn. This school is a CTE program where many of the students plan to pursue a career in law or public safety. And this event reminded me that the change starts with our youth understanding that their voices matter and that local government plays an important role in their daily lives. Investing in our young people today builds a stronger community for tomorrow. I was also blessed to attend service this past Sunday at the Agape Family Worship Center in Rahway for their community or their Unity Day under the leadership of Senior Pastor Dr. Lawrence Powell. The message focused on the power of unity. One takeaway that resonated with me was the reminder that we should strive to bring people together, or to bring others together, and not pull them apart. In a time where division often gets the most attention, unity reminds us that the most powerful tools we have to strengthen our community. As a reminder, the 5th Ward Community Yard Sale will take place on June 27th with the rain date of June 28th. If you would like to participate, please feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email so I can spread the word and encourage our residents to stop by and shop for your pre-loved treasures. I am also excited to share that the city summer internship program will officially begin on on June 25th with the student orientation. Students will learn about the city government, they'll learn about what departments they're gonna be working with, they'll meet their fellow interns, and they're also gonna participate in a financial literacy course designed to teach them important life skills about budgeting, saving, and baking. We are excited to partner with some community sponsors as well as a local bank to help them open up their first banking account and also begin a strong financial foundation. I would like to thank our sponsors and our partners for investing in the next generation of our leaders. I am also proud to say that I am sponsoring a PAL basketball team this summer. Programs like this provide our youth with the positive opportunities to build confidence, teamwork, discipline, and leadership skills while staying active and engaged. So when you see Team Councilwoman Lott to handle, just know we're going for the trophy. And I just want you guys to know everyone gets a trophy, okay? Lastly, I would like to highlight the city's sidewalk and pothole initiative. Over the past week, I've been traveling through the ward and kind of taking some notes of some potholes and some sidewalks that need repair. If you are aware of an area that needs attention or you feel like I may have missed you, please feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email so that I can add you to our list so it could possibly be repaired. As we approach Juneteenth this Friday and Independence Day, I would like to wish all of the residents a safe and meaningful season, a holiday season. May these occasions continue to remind us about the importance of freedom, opportunity, and community. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. I appreciate everything that you guys are bringing to my life, and I hope I'm adding value to you as well. As always, I can be reached at kayla.lott@linden-nj.gov or 908-718-7987. Respectfully submitted, Dr. Kayla Lott.
Thank you, Dr. Lott. Councilman Delgado.
Madam President, citizens of Linden, and my dear 6th Ward. Today's report is mostly a work in progress because I like to report results a lot of the times, but sometimes we're just working towards it. So first and foremost, there are always situations that I would love to be more specific about, but unfortunately, we can't talk about these things if it's in court or heading towards litigation. So generally speaking, we are aware of various commercial lots throughout the ward that have not been maintained properly by the property owners. Our construction code officials, thank you Tracy, have been on top of it 24/7, and I'm very happy that I work with an excellent construction code department. I'm very appreciative of her work and her team's work because we're trying to remedy that situation. Because here's the thing, when you live next to a lot that the grass has grown so high and it's attracting vermin, it's becoming a place where people think they could dump their trash. It is a major quality of life issue. I have no tolerance for it. So we are taking it extremely seriously. Fortunately, again, I cannot get into specifics, but we will not stop until people maintain their commercial lots. And again, I want to be specific and say commercial lots. Residential, we've been pretty okay. At the end of Morris Ave, we await the repair of a guardrail that was damaged by a car that did not see it. It did its job. It prevented the car from going over to the creek, but we're waiting for that repair. Should be hopefully very soon. The vast majority of all the potholes in the ward have been dealt with. I will never say that all the potholes have been dealt with because I'm sure there's always one hiding. And actually, I believe I drove over one on Southwood Ave today, but we'll get that taken care of. On the 1 and 9, which is not City of Linden jurisdiction, it's the State of New Jersey Department of Transportation, my favorite department ever. There are 2 pretty big potholes in that section, in the section where the ward is. They have been reported, and I look forward to those getting fixed soon. There are 2 what I call depressions on East 13th and 1 on East 12th Street. They're not potholes in the traditional sense. They're literally depressions because they're old utility work that was done there, and then I don't know. It literally is like depressing into the ground. That's going to be addressed very, very soon. For residents of Smith Street and Hampton, we've been in contact with the contractor that's building the self-storage unit. Happy to report that we were working with them to make sure that there is some sort of privacy fence put in, even though this project was approved prior to my time. A lot of the residents in that area reached out to me and said, can we make sure there's some privacy? And even though it was not required, we worked with the company and they agreed to put up some privacy fence there. So thank you to them, and thank you to Mr. Ricky for helping facilitate that situation. I want to thank our traffic department for assisting the times that it's gotten very tight over there with the construction. Thank you for making sure our school buses and our kids are safe, especially in the morning. Thank you to Public Works for all the work they do, for cleaning up Pennsylvania Railroad Avenue. That tends to be a little bit of a dumping area. The weeds tend to go wild over there. They took care of it. They've been trimming a bunch of trees throughout the ward. There's a lot of requests for tree trimmings. We're getting lots of dangerous, extreme weather in New Jersey these days, extreme wind. We got to maintain these trees to make sure it's a safe environment for all. We're working as quickly as we can to do so. There are, let's see, I want to thank everyone for their patience if they've submitted a tree. This Saturday is Father's Day, which means it's the perfect day. Huh? Oh, it's Sunday. I'm a bad son. This Sunday is Father's Day, which means Saturday it's the ward yard sale. So go to our yard sales to buy something for your dad or your dad figure. We have 2 households participating right now. Anyone else who wants to participate, there's still time to join in. Send me an email, edelgado@linden-nj.gov or 908-377-6620. Give me a call, send me a text. We'll add you to the list. Looking forward to seeing many residents there this weekend. 1 and 9 update, another update. The engineer responsible for doing the work on the part of the 1 and 9, I've been working with the Department of Transportation about the truck issue, the do not block the boxes. I asked for other signs. I asked for the left-hand lane to be shortened, or if that was a way to kind of deviate the trucks away. And also, I want a status report on the light on Southwood Avenue, that on the 1 and 9 to turn onto Southwood Avenue, if they've extended it yet. They told us that they were going to extend it to clear out the trucks better. It looks pretty short to me still. I have not gotten confirmation that that's been done yet, so I await that confirmation. Last but certainly not least, June is Pride Month, and on June 12th, we did held our Pride flag raising ceremony in honor of said month. Sometimes people ask, why is this necessary? And I have some statistics that may open some eyes. LGBTQ plus youth are 4 times more likely to commit suicide compared to their heterosexual peers. And this isn't because of their sexual orientation or gender identity. It is because of the treatment they receive from a world that's cruel to their very existence. In any given year, half of all LGBTQIA+ youth experience intense bullying that is often physical in nature. Anywhere from 25% to 40% of all homeless youth in this country are LGBTQIA+. Because the people that were supposed to love them the most, that were supposed to be there for them no matter what, were not there for them. So just having one person, one action, one kind word can reduce that number significantly. I want to thank Mayor Armstead for his support for the flag raising and participating in it, my council colleagues for being there as well, Mr. Howard Whitmore from Linden High School for an amazing performance from his choir. He does a fantastic job. And for all the residents who were able to attend, God bless the United States of America, 250th anniversary, July 4th. Everyone stay safe. Please feel free to reach out to me. And that concludes my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Strato.
Thank you, thank you, Council President. I have the personnel report for the June 16, 2026 meeting. Number 1 is the city clerk. A is permission to post for a full-time clerk 1, bilingual, and the salary range is $37,298 to $64,807. 2, in the municipal court is approval of the compressed work schedule for the summer of 2026. 3 is in the fire department. Promotion of Taji Braxton to fire lieutenant at the annual salary of $133,483, effective July 1st of 2026. And 4 is in the police department, approving the resignation of Stephanie Kabala, public safety telecommunicator, effective June 1st, 2026. She's going to be our next woman police officer. Congratulations to Stephanie. 5, in the Department of Community Services, Division of Public Works, approving the resignation of Darian Bettis, laborer, effective June 4th, 2026. B, approve the resignation of Robert Thieling, automated truck driver, full-time, effective June 12th of 2026. And C is approval of the season list that's on file in the clerk's office. In the Division of Engineering, A is approving the appointment of Aram Hossein as a student assistant for the period of June 22nd, 2026 to August 21st, 2026, at the rate of $15.92 an hour. 6, in the Board of Health is approving the appointment of Kyle Edmonds, housing inspector part-time, at the annual rate of $17.45 per hour, not to exceed 29 hours per week, effective June 17th of 2026. 7 is the Recreation Department, approval of the seasonal list that's on file in the clerk's office. 8, in the Personnel Department, approving the appointment of Alan Roth as the American with Disabilities Act 504 coordinator at a stipend of $5,000. B is approving the FMLA and the NJFLA applications that are on file in the Personnel Division. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Orman?
Yes.
Yavik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes. Go ahead, Councilman Strato.
Okay, thank you. I have a short report on award report. So as was mentioned earlier about, the crazy climate and weather that we've had recently, that last recent storm that brought down trees throughout the city, took out trees on East 12th Street in Melnick Park. So the immediate dangerous limbs, besides the tree that came down, there was others that were damaged by the tree that was falling, and those limbs have been removed. But there still remains other trees in that park that are dangerous, and I just want the residents to know that they are on the short list to be removed, to bring that park, which is well attended by many children in the area, that we'll get that park shaped up as soon as DPW can get to it. And like I said, it's on the short list. I just want to wish everybody a happy summer. June 21st, I believe, is the beginning of our summer. Favorite time, best time of the year, in my opinion. go outdoors and enjoy yourselves. And wish all my good friends and everybody else that maybe is not my friend, that is just an acquaintance, or people that don't know me, happy Father's Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Strato, and happy Father's Day to you. Councilman Armstead?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I'll usually start off with what I have on my agenda, but I'm going to start off today with my phone number. My phone number is area code 908-463-8986. I can also be reached at marmstead at linden-newjersey.gov. I prefer, if you have an issue, for you to call me. You know, I like to really relate with the people by talking with them. It's a lot easier than getting the message over the phone. I mean, it's a lot better for me, getting a message over the phone and talking to get to know who my constituents are and how I can help them. Okay, now, coming up, we have our 8th Ward yard sale on the 27th with the rain date of the 28th. You can call me and register, or you can email me and register, so we can put your name, not your name, but your address on a list, so people know, okay, we're gonna have a yard sale over on Blanky Street. So you know, hey, I'm going over to Blanky Street. That's part of what we're gonna do this time around. I also wanted to speak about the parks. There's been like several complaints about people with their dogs in the park. Dogs are not allowed in the city parks of Linden. We have dog parks where you can take a Memorial Park and Lexington Park. And also the parks do close at 9 o'clock. Also, we have our summer entertainment series, which has started. But on June 23rd, we have Joe Badano in the Spirit at Asbury Park. That's classic rock for you guys that like rock. I mean, I like it all. So, the Frontiers on June 30th. That's their tribute band to Journey. The Coots, Decades of Classic Hits. And on July 9th, we have Under the Stars, comedy Under the Stars, stand-up and sketch comedy. July 14th, we have Jesse Garon's tribute to Elvis, Unlimited Elvis tribute. Okay. July 28th, Character Band is a high-energy variety band. 6 Sharp Band on August the 4th, hits from the 60s, 70s, and the 80s. August 11th, Epic Soul, Soul Rhythm and Blues. Comedy Under the Stars on August the 20th, stand-up and sketch comedy. 80s Revolution on August 25th, classic hits of the 1980s. Okay, September 1st, we have our 20th anniversary celebration at 6 p.m. September 1st, also Sensational Soul Cruises, R&B, Motown, and classic soul. Okay. I also wanted to make everybody aware, I'm pretty sure some of you guys have traveled down Elizabeth Avenue. Elizabeth Avenue has been paved. Part of that is in the 8th Ward. And Essex Avenue has also been paved where the county were doing all the work that they were doing. Also, I would like to thank Keith Pressey and for his work that he has been doing on these parks. We're going to have some beautiful parks here for the kids to play in, and everything is being done in a proper manner of safety issues and everything that we also need there. Also, DPW Dave Martinez and Phil Ransom for answering the calls for the work that needs to be done around the city. Anytime I get on the phone and call and say, hey, there's something here that needs to be taken care of, there's something there, these guys are right on it, and they deserve an applause for the hard work that they do. Okay, and that's it for my report for this evening.
Thank you, Councilman Armstead. Councilman Rodriguez.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. I have a short ward report today. I want to echo what Councilwoman Orman and Councilman Delgado said. Please maintain your property, keep your yards trim, check for hazards, and handle small issues early so they don't become into bigger problems. Second, if you notice a city tree that needs trimming, branches over sidewalk, blocking visibility, or creating safety concerns, please let me know, send me the location so it could get taken care of. And finally, happy Father's Day, happy 4th of July To everyone celebrating, please be careful, watch out for kids, and use caution with fireworks and grilling. And I also want to mention and thank the mayor and council president. We finally got the stop sign at Summit Terrace and Fernwood, at the four-way stop sign that we really needed. And that concludes my report. If anybody needs me or needs assistance, please call 908-858-0269 or email arodriguez@linden-nj.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Hudak?
Thank you. So I can hardly believe that we are here from your first day of school to this incredible milestone. Happy graduation to all of our graduates from pre-K 3 all the way to high school through college and trade school. Your dedication and resilience and the work it took to get to this day does not go unnoticed. So now go change the world. So let's keep on celebrating with the 4th of July as it approaches and marks the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, making this year's Independence Day a monumental celebration of the nation's founding. Where there is a celebration or a gathering, the volume of noise becomes a concern. So this is a reminder of the Noise Ordinance 2023-08. It restricts excessive sound and stationary nuisances. So keep your music and outdoor volume low so everyone can enjoy the outdoors. The 10th Ward will have a free yard sale on July 18th and July 19th, followed by a trash bulk pickup on July 22nd for most of the ward. Yard sales are a great way to meet neighbors while looking for antiques and finding treasures. And thank you to our Linden Fire Department and our Linden Police Department for serving our 10th Ward and our Sunnyside community. Sometimes we forget that they are also humans and they come with a beating heart along with feelings and emotions. So if you see someone in uniform and is a hero, please just wave to them or just smile. If there's a quality of life issue, do not hesitate to call the Linden Police Department at their non-emergency number of 908-474-8500. And I'll close with this. Life is not perfect, but there are perfect moments. And time is the one currency. We always have an unknown balance. So you could always make money, but you can never make up time. Use it wisely. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hudak. Okay, I have a report tonight also. The Relay for Life event that took place this past Saturday at Rowway Park. Team Linden set a fundraising goal of $2,500 through the generous contributions of our residents, city employees, police and fire unions, and several of my colleagues here on council. We successfully raised $3,346.60 for the American Cancer Society. I am pleased to announce that Team Linden received 2 honors this year. We were designated as a rising star and achieved the bronze team status for exceeding our fundraising target. I would like to thank our team captains, Chief Dave Hart, Lieutenant Mike Richmond, and Sandy Jackson for their dedicated efforts. Looking ahead to next year, Team Linden aims to increase our fundraising goal, striving not just for silver, but for the gold team status. Okay, I have a report from Linden Library. Thank you, Ms. Malik. And thank you for your support for the team and for joining us. The Linden Public Library has officially launched in celebration of the 250th anniversary of the United States. Residents are invited to participate in various programs to earn stamps for their Linden Public Library Celebrates America 250 passport. Completed passports will be entered for a chance to win tickets to the Museum of the American Revolution. While several programs have already begun, many activities will continue over the coming months. Highlights include a colonial baking class on July 2nd, an Escape Through History escape room on August 8th, and a performance by the Heart of Oak Field Music Group alongside Colonial Games on October 17th. Additionally, the summer reading kickoff party for our city's youth will begin on June 29th, right after school lets out. I strongly encourage all parents and grandparents to support their children in reading throughout the summer months. All this and more information can be found on our city website, on the public library website as well. Okay, at this time, I would like to also extend, on behalf of the mayor and council, our deepest condolences to the family of Nick Nigro. He served on many boards in the community, including he was a commissioner on the Linden Board of Education for many years. So we extend our deepest condolences to his family. Okay, as many of my colleagues have mentioned up here, please, we receive a lot of complaints about dogs in the park. There are dog parks in the city, but with children and everyone in the parks are not the place to bring your dog, leashed or unleashed. Okay, I also would like to wish everyone a happy Father's Day, all the fathers, and wish everybody a happy 4th of July. This is 250 years since the signing of our Declaration of Independence. Okay. So please celebrate, but celebrate safely, everyone. If you need to reach me, my telephone number is 908-494-0880. And Councilman Delgado, he wanted me to remind you about overweight. 9 overweight truck tickets were given out this past month. So we are seeing some enforcement on that. So please be mindful of the signage on our streets. Okay, Mayor Armstead?
Yes, thank you,
You're up.
Council President. First thing I'd like to do is congratulate Taji Braxton on his promotion to lieutenant. Taji, you've been with us for quite a while now. You've been a very good firefighter, very disciplined, very serious about your job, and well-deserved. And I tell everybody, these jobs aren't given away to our men. Our men study for tests and qualify for these positions. And Taji, we're very proud of you, and keep up the good work. Second, I'd like to talk about some upcoming events. June 19th is we have our Juneteenth celebration. We'll be raising the flag on Thursday the 18th. For those of you who don't know, the Emancipation Proclamation was issued by President Lincoln, which freed slaves on September 22nd, 1862. Yet it didn't reach many parts of the country. So on June 19th, 1865, a general by the name of Gordon Granger read the federal orders in Galveston, Texas, awarding all slaves their freedom. So hence we have June 19th is considered the second day that we were emancipated, and we celebrate it in the Black and African American communities. On June 21st was Father's Day. Acknowledge fathers. It's a wonderful day for all of us fathers. I have 5 children myself, and I'm here. I want Eloy Delgado, councilman, to know that I don't want my children shopping at garage sales for me. If they can't go to Home Depot or K&G, I don't want it. Cook a burger for me on the grill, do anything, but don't go to Eloy's garage sales and buy me a gift. Okay, June 22nd, we have our middle school graduations. We look forward to honoring our hardworking students as they cross the stage and prepare for high school. June 23rd, we have our high school graduation, and we have project graduation, which follows right after that. And project graduation is something that we started here in Linden over 30 years ago. I'm happy to say I was one of the original people who founded that particular project. Wasn't elected at the time. Where we try to keep all the kids housed in one location after graduation to keep them from getting in trouble, going out driving drunk or hurting themselves. So it's an opportunity for them to spend a lot of them, it'll be the last time they ever hang out together. So it's just a great opportunity for them to celebrate their lives and their future endeavors as they move on to a new part of their lives. On June 25th, we have our FIFA World Cup watch party. It'll be at the Promenade at the CVS parking lot. The doors open at 1 p.m., and the game will be Ecuador versus Germany. It starts at 4 p.m. July 4th is our 250th celebration of the United States of America. And again, as Americans, we're constantly striving to create a more perfect union. We haven't got there yet, but we're working on it, and I think in time we'll get there. The city of Linden as a melting pot where people from all walks of life come together, and I think that's what makes us, that makes us a better city, and that our strength is in our diversity. Also, in the 4th Ward, we're having a yard sale the 27th and 28th of this month. Moving right along. I have some reports on some of the developments in town. On the corner of West St. George Avenue and DeWitt Street, I've been receiving several calls recently in the office regarding work being done at this particular location. Many of you recall the developer received site plan approval from the planning board nearly 2 years ago. He's building 21 apartments with 37 parking spaces with 8,600 square feet of retail on the property. The project has been a long time coming, and we hope it will be completed by this fall. 610 North Style Street is a former Adelia's property across from Superfresh. I was recently informed that a lease has finally been signed for the nearly 2-decade-long vacant property. Organization called Bagel Supreme is coming to town. Bagel Supreme is a popular run chain of bagel shops that originated in Brooklyn in the early 1990s and has since expanded across northern and central New Jersey. They have other locations in our neighboring towns such as Clark, Cranford, and Colonia, and we look forward to cutting a ribbon for our Bagel Supreme soon. One West, our former Clark property on Wood Avenue, I'm happy to announce that the developer has received a temporary certificate of occupancy for 96 units. It's a long-awaited $120 million project. It's a mixed-use development. I actually toured the development this past week, and I have to say, it's quite an accomplishment. It's very nice on the inside. They have an amenity deck that has an in-ground pool along with an accommodating recreation for all areas for all residents, barbecue areas, you can watch TV, you can hang out. The building is so strong and well built, you can't even hear it. When the trains go by, you can't even hear it. So kudos to them for the design. I encourage everyone who has family or friends who are looking to come to Linden, come to One West. You can visit the website. It's onewestlinden.com. And we hope to have ribbon cutting this coming fall for this development. And I will continue. So there's been a lot. One of the things I've found out in this business is that misinformation is just terrible, okay? There's a lot of talk about what's going on with the Board of Education. And so I got a little statement here. The Board of Education is not expanding a welcome center. Linden Public Schools is repurposing an undersized PDRC building, which was largely used for storage, okay? They're changing it, it's gonna be utilized as a centralized family resource center that will serve all Linden school families. The Multilingual Learners Department, formerly known as ESL, and the Bilingual Department is just one of several departments that we house there. The facility will also bring together student registration, residency and truancy services, attendance officers, registration, nursing services, family support programs, professional development space, and other resources designed to better serve students and families. The goal is to create a one-stop location where families can access the services and support they need at Linden Public Schools. So again, it's designed to help people. And Linden has a changing population. There's no question we have a changing population, and we have an obligation to help them get adjusted. And I don't care where they come from, I always say this, we have no control over the demographics of a town. But the one thing we do have control over is leaving a good town where, no matter who's here, it's a nice place to live. I'd like to talk a little bit about the budget. I want to thank the council for all their hard work and delivering a budget that has not an increase, not a zero increase, but a decrease, despite the fact that the state mandated increase of the library. We still had a decrease. Now, I tell everybody, I'm the mayor here, I'm in my 12th year. So for the first 4 years, the first 3 years, I didn't have control of council. Therefore, I could not introduce a budget that was a zero or reduced budgets, okay, or reduced budget. But of the 8 years that I've had control, of the 9 years that I've had control, I say have a cooperating council, we've had 8 years of zero increase or no increase at all. And so we are very sympathetic to those who talk about the cost of living in our town. We do know that it's an issue, and your budget, your tax bill is made up of three portions. It's the municipal portion, it is the Board of Education, and it is the county portion. Now, the part that we're responsible for is the municipal portion. And again, we've done a very good job of holding the line with these taxes, and this year is another year that we can proudly say that we did not raise taxes. So I'm sympathetic with those who are concerned about the cost of a home and being able to have short-term rentals and things of that nature. But on the other side of that, we have to look at our town and say, hey, who are we? We're Linden. Linden is a well-run town. It is not like some of the other towns in the neighboring communities. We are not overcrowded. We are not a concrete jungle. We have grass, we have trees, we have clean streets. We have services that are unmatched by any others in the county, and I can proudly say that. And the last thing I want to do to my neighbors, and God knows my children are all grown now. Me and my wife could move out tomorrow and go somewhere and stay somewhere else. And we could rent our house out for short-term rentals, probably make a fortune. But I'm not going to do that to the young people who live next door to me, who have babies in their house and have different people coming in and out of my neighborhood. Who knows who's coming in? So we're not going to do that, not here in Linden. So some people want to have short-term rentals. But when you see an ordinance like this on the books, it's not for some people. It's for everybody. And the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And that's exactly where we're at in this town. We have a beautiful town. We want to keep it beautiful. And I say this all the time. You know, I inherited a city. We've been here for quite some time. And fortunately, a lot of the rules and regulations that were put on the books have made this town into what it is right now. You drive through, go to another town. Look. IBM says you make the call. Okay? You'll see it's a clean, well-run city. And the last thing I want is a bunch of transit people coming in and out, renting rooms, coming in every 30 days. You know what? It's just not a good thing. So the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And to that end, I'm going to say this. While we celebrate 250 years of America, this year marks 100 years that my family's been in town. We've been here. It's a beautiful town. We love the town, and we want to keep it beautiful. That concludes my report, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, we're going to now move on to resolutions for this evening. Before we do, I just want to, from our consent agenda item, we had the retirement of Fire Lieutenant Todd Felter. I'd just like to wish him a happy retirement and thank him for his service to the community on behalf of the mayor and council. Okay, we'll move on to resolutions now. Tonight we have resolutions 2026-282 through 2026-315. Okay, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we accept resolutions 2026-282 through 2026-314.
314, yes.
And ask for a second.
Second.
Yeah, 315.
I'm sorry, 315.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Watt?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes to resolutions through 214. Well, to 315. Okay, you got a misprint on the agenda. Yes to all.
Armstead?
Yes to all.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes. Okay, before we move on to ordinances on first reading, I'd just like to remind anybody new here this evening, if you wish to speak during the public comment portion of the meeting, which will be coming up, Please sign it on the white sheets provided in the front of the room. Okay, ordinances on introduction this evening. We're going to start with ordinance 7043.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 2 Administration of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 2 Administration, Article 7, Boards, Committees, Commissions, and Authorities, Section 2-65.4, Memberships, Terms, Compensation, shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. Delete Section 2-65.4 in its entirety, add new Section 2-65.4.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 7043, please?
Council President, I move for an introduction of ordinance 7043 and respectfully ask for a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs.
Hold on,
Yemakaitis?
we gotta-
Yes.
we've gotta-
Ordinance-
Hold on, point of order.
Yes.
We have to abstain. I have to abstain on that,
Okay.
and so does Councilman.
I abstain as well.
As noted, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, ordinance 7044, please?
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $1,394,580 for acquisition of automated license plate recognition cameras for the police department for and by the city of Linden in the county of Union, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $1,324,851 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 7044, please?
Council President, I move we introduce ordinance 70-44 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 7045, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $82,500 for acquisition of firefighting equipment and personal protective equipment for the fire department for and by the city of Linden in the county of Union, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $78,375 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 7045, please?
Council President, I move we introduce ordinance 70-45 and ask for a second, please.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 7046, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and is as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-33 Handicap Parking Regulations, 7-33.1A Handicap Parking on Street, remove 130 Coolidge Street, one space, 510 Harrison, one place, add 706 Bachelor Avenue, one space.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 7046, please?
Council President, I move we introduce ordinance 70-46 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Lot?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes to the removal, no to 706 Bachelor Avenue.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to comments from members of the public in attendance. Okay, not to exceed 3 minutes. We're going to start with Ms. Virginia Malik this evening.
Because of the hour, I'm going to be really quick. I was going to talk about lack of action and taking responsibility, and this is by people sitting up here from different departments, council people, and even our city attorney. I brought up over the past couple of months, and this is via email, to a number of individuals asking questions about a structure, residence, about business in a private business in a home, and also like trash cans, garbage cans, but I never got answers. And I would just like to inform Mrs. Yamakaitis, and I was told this evening by Tracy Wiskowski, if I'm saying her name correctly, that when things are under investigation, even though you're telling individuals to come back to me to say, well, answer it, I'm not getting any answers. So I'm only going to bring up one particular portion of my discussion that I was going to say, is that we had garbage cans and how they're being misused, and Mr. Antonelli and I have had a couple of different discussions, and this is on a residence on the 300 block of Princeton, but this has been going on since 2024. And I get pushback saying, oh, well, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that. And you still look at the situation, it's not been resolved. So when I bring up the point of lack of action, responsibility, they can't really talk about it, but yet I hear from Mr. Antonelli, which I hope he'll answer on this particular topic, why is this going on? And why am I getting kind of like lip service that, oh, I didn't know about this, or summons are going out? It's going on and on and on. So I'll say no more. And just on this one topic, Mr. Antonelli, can you talk about the blue cans, green cans, brown cans that are just showing up every week on their days of being picked up, and sanitation coming down saying, oh, there's legitimate stuff that's in there? What's going on?
Sure. So as you know, and I think in our private conversations, the city is aware of the issue concerning the garbage cans. Obviously, we're very aware of that, as well as a host of other issues, okay? But at this point in time, I'm not at liberty to share any more detail as to enforcement action, what we are doing, what we are not doing. At some appropriate time, and I hope shortly in the near future, I will be able to comment in a more robust way, and we will be able to then have some better direction on how we're going to proceed. I can tell you that I know our construction code official is certainly aware of the complaints. Our health officer, some members of council have brought some of these issues to my attention. I assure you we are fully aware of it, but at this point in time, again, I'm not trying to be evasive on purpose. For liability reasons, I cannot share any more information with you. But again, I hope to have some ability to proceed in a direction that I would like us to go to soon. I will say, as to the garbage can issue, it has been discussed by this governing body multiple times over the last year. As far as
2 years.
direction given to me to claw back a bunch of the cans, and then we put the brakes on it. There's even perhaps a discussion about, well, what can we do with the extra cans that some people need as compared to others, and maybe there's a charge for that. But we're not going there. We're not going to do anything with regard to making any changes at this point, because at this point in time, again, I need to make sure the city is most protected from a liability standpoint.
All I can just say is, you got to take action, and you have to stand up to these situations that are coming up. That's my final comment.
Thank you, Mrs. Malik. Okay, Carlos Rivas?
Carlos Rivas, Linden, New Jersey. Members of City Council, are you paying attention to what's happening in Linden? Do you really even make a small research of what do you have in front of you? We continue to hear that we're working for providing the citizens better quality of life, that we're working to try to get better days for Linden. that you guys care about Linden, but I hardly see how you, instead of working with citizens, you keep fighting them. Did you pay attention that in one of the resolutions you approved $20,000 extra to conduct a workplace harassment complaint investigation? This is not the first time. It continues to happen. Did you pay attention that in the resolutions you were approving a temporary budget into July 31st when you already approved the general budget before that? Those are basic things that you should at least read in front of you what you have. You know, we come here and we give our comments, our opinions, and many of these opinions and comments fall onto deaf ears because nothing is followed up. There's no pre-planning. We continue to welcome all these developments. We continue to hear all these buildings that are going to be built in the city, but what we have not been given to the citizens is a plan and some sort of planning. That is the city able to sustain all this growth? Have we make some type of studies about how can our sewer system or basic services could really support this development? Development are not the only way of looking for income for the city. There are many ways out there. And I really urge you to start looking at it and start not being loyal to what every people tell you to do. Be loyal to what the responsibility of your constituents gave you to you is to have the power to represent them. But don't believe that you are in that podium with the power to try to shut the citizens that are coming to this podium or anywhere out there, because that's not the reality. Sometimes I ask myself, how is it there is only 10, 12 people here? What is it there is no more people involved in the things that happen to the city? What is it that the people is not involved in the things that you are deciding, that you are making decisions about the way of life of the rest of the citizen? And they just came up with one answer. They do not trust you. They do not trust you. Listen to what I'm saying. They do not trust you, especially to those public officers that make out of the services in a public office as a career. They do not trust you, and Linden needs to change. Thank you.
John Kazar? John Kazar, left. Okay, Tim DeMondi?
Barry, that crosswalk sign on the corner of Wood and Price is still not working. It's going on 2 years now. The crosswalk sign.
Council President, could you speak into the microphone, please?
Please, direct,
Spoken
directly.
to you to your face. You told me you were
Sir.
going to take care of it over a year ago.
Sir, please.
Over a year ago, I spoke to you right face to face. You told me you were going to take care of it. Well, no, I'm talking to Mr. Javik here because it's his ward.
Mr. Rivas, you're out of order. Mr. Rivas?
All right, well,
Mr. Rivas, you're out of order.
all right, can I reclaim my time? Thank you. Okay, now, what I was saying to
Please
Mr.
address the
Javik,
council, sir.
what I was saying to Mr. Javik is that the crosswalk sign on the corner of Wood and Price has been out for almost 2 years now. I've spoken to you, Mr. Mayor, face to face. You told me you were going to take care of it. You put a little note in your phone about it. It still don't work. I don't know what the story is on that. Crosswalk sign. You stand on the corner. The sign says walk and don't walk. What else is there? The crosswalk sign.
All right, fine.
Sir, engineering is looking into it. There seems to be more of a problem to that, and they're investigating it right now.
For 2 years.
Yeah, there's a major problem with that, and it's also a county road.
Okay.
Okay, we'll have Mr. Pantina after he's done.
Yeah.
Next thing, Councilman Rodriguez, I hear you do not live in Linden. I hear that you live in Toms River. also with the young lady who spoke about the greenhouse on Princeton Road, is a boarding house. I knocked on the door, I asked how much it is for a room there. They told me it's $1,000 a month. It's a boarding house. There's no investigation needed. Just knock on the door and you'll find out. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is flock safety. I see now there's a bond ordinance providing $1.3 million for more automated license plate recognition cameras. Linden is $115 million in debt. Now we're spending another $1.3 million on surveillance cameras. It's been brought to my attention that municipalities can go up to $3 million in debt without any kind of a worry. And from what I hear, this council doesn't care. Just got $2 million more to spend. Meanwhile, our schools don't have no air conditioning. We're short teachers. Teachers struggle for supplies. And just money just flows like it's nothing. Flock safety cameras are not just license plate readers. They are surveillance cameras. They log every movement that you make from camera to camera. It builds a profile on you, which is stored in a database. Flock safety claims that they cannot be hacked. They can be hacked. I've done it myself. I'll give you one example. Down in Georgia, there was a police officer using the flock safety cameras to spy on his soon-to-be ex-wife, following her movements.
Sir, your time is up. Okay. Mr. Pantin, I'll start with you regarding the crosswalk sign.
Hi, I'm Nick Pantine. I'm the city engineer regarding your comment on Price and Wood Avenue. So the city's has prepared a study. We had a consultant come on board to resynchronize all of the, update all of the signals along Wood Avenue between 1 and 9 and St. George's Avenue. We had recently gotten a grant for construction. We did that. It's underway. I can't tell you when it's going to go out to bid because I have to check. We became aware recently, I don't know, you said it's been out for 2 years. I don't know about that, but we became aware recently that probably during one of the utility jobs, the wiring was severed for that line. We had our city electrician go out and check the wiring, and we made the choice of waiting until the improvements are done in order to do that work. It was a toss-up between doing the work, contracting out the work, or just waiting for this project to come out, and that's what we decided to do. So hopefully soon that whole project will be taken care of, including that crosswalk signal. But the green light works. The green light, red light works, cross the green. So I'm sorry you're not happy with that, but that's what.
Sir, we're not yelling back and forth from this.
I can hear you.
Your time is up, sir. Okay, thank you, Mr. Pantina. Captain Gunther, can you please speak about the flock cameras?
Yes, in regard to the flock cameras that he mentioned, I'd just like to touch on that that expenditure if I could. So that is not a new expenditure. What we actually did was we took 3 existing contracts and restructured it into a single payment. What we did was we actually consolidated those bills, restructured the payment to free up money in our operating budget every year, and locked in our current price for the next 5 years. So just in response to his comments, I would say that this money is actually saving the city money, and this is the financially prudent way to go forward.
Can you also speak on the good things that the flock cameras have done for the city?
Absolutely. And one other thing I did want to
Let
mention.
the public know actually what the block cameras are.
So the flock cameras is an incredible investigative tool, incredibly valuable for us from the standpoint of investigations. When we have like for example, the shooting at Wilson Park, the flock cameras were a big part of how we were able to identify those suspects and build our investigation. And quite frankly, the investments that the mayor and the council have made in the technology over the past 5, 6, 7, 10 years have really paid grave dividends into the reduction in crime that we're seeing now. If you go back just to 2002, I believe, we had the most shootings, at least in my career. I think we had 22 or 23 confirmed shootings. And this year, right now, year to date, knock on wood, we've only had 3. So we're heading the right way, and that is a testament so yes, some great investigative work by our detectives, but also the investment in that technology. Things like the flock cameras, things like the drones, which, yes, they are expensive, but they're incredibly valuable. And the truth is, towns that don't invest in that technology now are behind the curve.
Okay, thank you, Captain Gunther, for clarifying that. Okay, can we have a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting? I had announced earlier to please sign in. Go ahead. Please state your name and address for the record.
Thank you for letting me talk. My name is Renee. I live on Donaldson Place. I'm here today representing Union County Residents Alliance
Can you
Coalition.
say your last name, please, also for
Excuse me?
your full name?
Do I have to give my file?
Yes. We don't have you signed in on a sheet.
Okay. Spaziani.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm here today on Union County Residents Alliance Coalition. This is regarding the AI data center in Kenilworth. I understand it's not in Linden, woohoo. I understand that there were some rumors that a data center is gonna come to Linden. I just wanna state a data center of 1 megawatt versus an AI data center of 40 megawatts, they're completely different animals. I do wanna state some of the concerns with AI data centers, right? Noise pollution, air quality, water usage, energy costs, property values. I mean, you even see it with ChatGPT. With it inspired like mass school shootings, suicides. That's ChatGPT. There's so many concerns, but one thing I want to note for today is the noise pollution. Generators and cooling systems create noise 24/7 and industrial noise, as well as infrared sound, a low frequency acoustic wave below the limit of the human audibility. And this is a map. It's a rough draft of from where that Kenilworth AI data center is. There's a circle in blue, and then there's one further out in black where like my middle finger is. So that's about a 5-mile radius from that Kenilworth AI data center. So Linden is a part of that down here. It's not labeled because that's just what the map was, but we will be affected by that. So my goal of being here today is that as a resident, would you guys consider putting an ordinance to ban AI data centers, just to make your stance noted, because there are people, doctors in their field, and AI experts in AI safety that have said the world is in peril. Multiple people from OpenAI, from Anthropic, from Google have stepped down that are doctors in their fields because of what they learned. They shared their concerns about AI safety and it fell on deaf ears. So what more were they to do, similar to what that resident did? He stormed out of here, right? The same thing what those people did. So my concern is for all of us. You know, there's a documentary called AI Doc on YouTube. You pay $10 to watch it, and it interviews people from OpenAI, from Anthropic, from Google that have stepped down, and they actually said in the interview they do not expect the youth to make it to high school. Now, that means for us to be alive to make it to high school. I apologize if I go over time, but I just want to read one part of the letter because this is going to affect all of us.
Please note it. Your time is going to be up soon, so
Okay, thank you.
we adhere to our time schedule.
Thank you. I understand that other people went over their time as well.
No.
On the board. Can I
Or it's
reclaim my
different.
time? Can I have my 30 seconds? Is that possible?
It's up to you, Council President. And look, we enforced the time limit, and actually,
If you
we
leave your
closed,
information,
we
we'll
closed
make sure
public
the
comment to
council-
allow you to come up.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, attorney.
Public comment was closed by a resolution by this governing body. You had asked to be heard, and they allowed you, and they're not going to allow you additional time beyond your 3 minutes.
If you would leave your information, we'll make sure everybody on the
Okay,
council will receive
so,
it,
yeah,
okay?
then I won't read his letter. It's something that I can email to the mayor or email to
That would be
council.
wonderful, yes.
For you guys to review. But I just really urge you guys, if you would consider that ordinance to ban. I know it just basically sends your stance, like we're against AI data centers. I mean, there's other things that you can put in the city as you've already have. But to put that ordinance in place, because it's gonna affect people with ears, people who drink water, people who breathe air. That's all of us.
Okay.
Thank you for your
If you
time.
would
Thank you
send
for
us that
letting me speak.
information, we will
Yeah,
make
for
sure.
sure, for sure. How do you best prefer that I send it to you? Should I do like a mass email
An email,
with all
you
of
can
you
send
guys
it
on there?
to our clerk's office,
Okay,
all right? And they'll make sure the council and the mayor receive it,
okay.
okay?
Thank you. Thank you for your time, guys.
Okay, the next, can we have a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting, please?
Council. Council President, I move to close the public portion of the meeting and respectfully ask for a second.
Second. Yes.
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 Yes. Okay, the next council meetings will be as follows. Council conference meeting Monday, July 20th at 6 p.m. in the council conference room, City Hall. Council conference meeting prior to the council meeting Tuesday, July 21st at 6 p.m. in the council conference room. Council meeting Tuesday, July 21st at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. These meetings will be held in person. Can we have a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Yes.
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 Yes, I'm sorry, yes.
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 Yes.